So I recently switched back over to Android on the new OnePlus 15. Really solid device, like 7,300 milliamp hour battery. It's got a 1.5K display, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. The specs on this are some of the best, honestly, for a smartphone. It's been great, but I've also been trying to implement more AI into my workflow. So I've discovered this. This is the new Comet browser for Android and just doing kind of simple tasks. So in this video, I'll kind of showcase how this actually works. I'll give you like some really cool use cases because I've always been skeptical of AI. Does it actually work? Can it actually save you time and increase your productivity? So for the first one, I was literally just invited to a product launch in Bali in Indonesia. Typically, I don't need to worry about prices because brands fly me, but the most important thing to collect my miles, I need it to be Star Alliance. I fly Air Canada, and I also need that to be the shortest time possible because I don't want to spend a long time in layovers. So find me the quickest flight from Toronto to Bali, 24th to the 27th with Star Alliance. You can see there, I can just quickly hit Ask Perplexity. And as you can see, it's using Agentic browsing now, so the actual prompt is happening in the background. So while this is actually like working, I can put this down, do the rest of my work. It is now finding me those flights. It selected the specific date, which I inputted, but the key input there is it's just selected Star Alliance because I'm big on my points. It's easy for me to upgrade, and obviously I get all the miles. And you can see here the quickest one, which is 27 hours, especially comparing it to 36, or this one down here, another 36 hours, 40 hours, obviously picking the fastest one, and the most important thing, it's with Star Alliance. So very, very useful. And believe it or not, this is something that I'd actually use in my day-to-day life. You'd be surprised how much time I spend looking for specific flights, since I fly literally all the time for work, all the time for product launches, trying to find ones that not only fit my schedule with all the stuff that's going on, but obviously keeping, you know, things like Star Alliance, Air Canada in mind, even though I do suffer with delays. Obviously that can't help with that, but super useful and really practical. So the second thing, I think a lot of you will appreciate this. It is Black Friday, just around the corner. You can see my prompt, find me the cheapest 65-inch TVs right now. And obviously it'll give me some, which is nice. So this one, for example, is from Best Buy, $499. And as like, say, a follow-up prompt, find me active promo codes. And now some of those promo codes stack, so you're not only saving from the initial like Black Friday, but you get that promo code to work as well. So once again, really useful. Typically that takes like a lot of time to sift through. This is all able to do that on its own. Like I said, something actually useful, plus it benefits you when you can save some money for Black Friday. So the next thing, maybe like in my like workflow. So say for example, you've watched one of my reviews. You want to find out what I said about, say not this phone because I haven't reviewed it yet, but the new iPhone. What did Carl Conrad say about the iPhone 17 Pro Max camera? So you see the big thing here, I mentioned the improvement of the telephoto lens, which obviously is the main upgrade. And then if I want to find that specific timestamp within that YouTube video, it'll actually tell me 6:51. And clicking through to that link, literally right on that specific timestamp. So now we have 48 megapixel fusion cameras across. Super sweet. And then you don't have to scrub through the entire video to find your specific spot. I also like say download a lot of stuff for my videos. Say like I use like the That's What She Said thing from Michael Scott from The Office. Pull the timestamp, Michael Scott, big Office fan. That's what she said. You can see there 123. That's what she said. So now you don't need to actually scrub through the entire video to find that specific thing, and then I can use that, plug that into one of my videos, just quicker, time saver, and I can always listen to Michael Scott more. Useful. So the next really useful thing I actually did when I was driving, so I got to use this hands-free, big like football, soccer fan. I wanted to see if the Dutch qualified for the World Cup, so I can just hit the little record. Did the Netherlands qualify for the World Cup?
Yes, the Netherlands have qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. They secured their spot with a dominant 4-0 victory over Lithuania.
And what's actually really funny, my dad literally sent me an article about that this morning. He always thinks my Dutch is better than it is. Maybe I used to be a bit more fluent. So he sent me this one from the Telegraph, Dutch newspaper site. If I want to translate that, can you translate this entire article to English?
Sure, I can translate the article for you. Please hold on a moment. I've translated the article in English. Here it is. Live qualification. The Netherlands advances to the World Cup with a comfortable home win over Lithuania. Amsterdam. The Dutch national team has secured qualification for the upcoming Summer World Cup.
And the most importantly is when is the actual draw, which when I asked it, I realized that was today. So we're gonna put a pause, going to sign up for World Cup tickets.
A few moments later.
So fingers crossed that we do get them and that the Dutch play in Canada, like in Toronto. That would be just incredible. So very specific use cases, but honestly, like really useful. Once again, that would kind of take going through different websites, having to remember specific dates, but that all stems from, say, like that little highlight that I watched or the actual score or when my dad sent me that article. So really, really cool. The next thing that I kind of went through during the day, or I guess like this morning, say, since I'm based in Canada, like I said, when I invoice companies, a lot of them ask to fill out some like paperwork from, say, the US. A lot of companies request a W-9 form, but since I am a corporation, I actually need the W-8 Benny, which they never include. So I can just ask it for a specific PDF. So once again, I'll ask Perplexity. Typically, you have to go onto the IRS website. You don't actually know which document that actually is. I'll just hit that form, I'll download it, and in my files, it is right there, the proper form that I need. I can just fill that out, send that back to the company. Once again, saves a little bit of time. You typically have to look through different websites. Say I search that through Google, it gives me some weird ones through like PDF Guru. I'm not too sure if that's the right one. I might have to pay for that. One from like Doc Hub. You never know if those are like legitimate. The one through Comet gives me the exact one from the IRS, so I know that it's legit. And then I can obviously use that and not worry that it's some weird form. And maybe the best part, if you're not as familiar with every single line, you can then use Perplexity, use AI to help you fill out the form. So you're kind of getting like a 2-in-1. And there are some extra features. So you can actually see here on the homepage. So it has 712 ads blocked in the quick time that I've been using it. It also has memory built in. So it'll just help you with what you're asking it, these specific prompts, and the answers over time will just become better, more suited towards you. And obviously the most useful one that I think most people use AI for anyways, obviously this has it. It has a summarization option. So if you are looking through a big web page, you can just summarize that into bullet points, makes it easy and digestible. And probably my last use case, like my last real world thing. So a lot of you know my studio right here. I'm moving to my new house, which I'm building. So I'm going to try to rent out this spot as like a residential unit. I'll turn it back into an actual unit that someone can live. I'm trying to figure out like rental prices. So what is the average rent for 781 King Street West? Now you know where I actually live. I won't mention my unit number. So you can see right there, it's kind of browsing the net, seeing other unit prices and calculating an average. So $393 per square foot. I can ask it a follow-up. So they're giving me like an average price of around $6,288 per month per square foot, which is pretty decent. Obviously this size is quite big. And now I can start planning. I don't maybe need to recruit like a real estate agent for that. I can maybe like post this online somewhere. So maybe that's a plug in this video. If you happen to be in Toronto, if you happen to want to rent out this place, whether it's for studio use or residential, you can rent it out. Hit me up in the comments or say like online on IG or something. But that is some really cool use cases of Comet, of Perplexity, of actually using AI. But yeah, definitely like real world use cases of AI that actually work, that help you be more productive, that help you speed up your time. So hopefully you enjoyed this vid. I will leave a link for Comet down below. If you guys have any other useful AI tools that you use in your day-to-day work, let me know and I'll catch the rest of you in one of my next vids. Peace.